All right, Mike. What's up, Promare?
Yeah, we saw. Well, you and I, Moth saw Promare. Frog hasn't seen it yet because he doesn't like Trigger or Gynax as much as we do. Unfortunately,
Shut up! I hate you so much.
But like I have a lot to say on it. We'll hold off on like a true Promare discussion until Frog's had a chance to see it. But
I don't know.
I just want to talk about one spoilery scene that was in Promare. So about halfway through the movie, Gallo
you're on thin
and
fucking ice right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I imagine the ice would be pretty thin, although surprisingly not so thin.
No, the ice was surprisingly thick.
But anyway, about halfway through the movie, there's so Gallo and his name is it Leo or Fio?
I'm pretty sure it's Leo because the way that they were naming the mechas towards the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's Leo. It's Leo like Fortio. Whatever. They're having their brawl, and it's the midpoint climax, and it's a really cool fight.
Dude, that movie had so many climaxes.
It had way too many climaxes.
Like the part where they're all in the locker room together, just going at it.
Yeah. Like, oh fuck, man.
Dude, there was that
when
point
I say
where
too many climaxes, I mean my pants were wet, dude.
Dude, there was the point where thousands of men were reaching their climax and screaming together, like.
Mm-hmm. That's funnily enough the part I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
After that momentous orgy with all the Burnish characters,
yeah,
which I thought was really thematically like relevant to what Imaishi was going for. Right after that scene, just dripping in sweat. Leo just stands up, puts his hand in the air, and just says, "Burnish lives matter." And I'm telling you right now, there was not a single person in my theater whose eyes were dry.
Oh man,
it was
in my theater, people start getting up and twerking. Like,
oh man, it was insane. And then this is where it got crazy. Everyone was cheering in the theaters, and then Gallo just stands up, and he said, I can't believe he fucking said this. He said, "All lives matter." Oh my god, it was the perfect, duality of these two men, and then they looked at each other, and they just started making out, which was really weird.
No joke, Frog. There's actually a lot of gay making out in this movie.
I've
it's
heard.
Great.
It's more homosexual than all those porn parody openings that people do for animes.
There's a very fiery kiss in it, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I imagine. I don't know. I've been trying to avoid spoilers, but Twitter's full of fan art of the two main characters being gay.
Because they end up gay. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Mike,
they're gay as a day in May.
So
people on Twitter, don't send me anything about Promare, please.
So Mike, I did want to talk to you though. Wasn't that a slamming soundtrack though?
Oh Jesus Christ!
That soundtrack that soundtrack was actually on Gurren Lagann levels. Really was.
Yeah.
Sawano's bringing the heat. I don't know if either of y'all realize this, but Sawano did the soundtrack. Sawano does the best soundtracks. Here, I think it's Hiroyuki Sawano.
Okay.
If you just look up every single soundtrack he's ever done, you'll be
these are literally just words to me. I'm gonna say though, my favorite scene in the entire movie was the dragon riding scene. Just the dragon coming to town.
Yeah. It was really weird to have a character from the Wind Waker in it, but considering what happened later,
I hate you guys so much.
I mean, I can't help it, man. It was really ambitious. I'm just saying. Dude, you think? I mean, okay, I'm gonna go into deep spoilers here, but the last fight, right? So,
No, Mike.
No, I have to, okay?
No, Mike, you don't have to do anything. Mike, you're not going to do it.
I have to.
No, Mike.
Moth, I will not be silenced on my podcast.
Well, yeah, that's
in the
great
last
and all,
fight,
but okay, can
in
we
the
at least
last
put the
fight,
spoiler
Senator Anderson himself from Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance, he appears, and he starts giving this monologue about the origins of the Burnish and what they really are, and it's really interesting. And at the end, Gallo's looking really confused, and Moth, I'm muting you now. You can't talk now. and he's just he just crosses his arms, and Gallo's like he's confused because he's an idiot because he's a comic character, and he just goes, "It's simple, Gallo, nanomachines."
Nanomachines, great, yeah. All right.
And with that, guys, we are the We Hate Anime podcast.
Was that the big joke you were setting up for the entire time?
I mean,
No, it
I
wasn't a
thought when
big joke.
everybody
I knew
makes
it wasn't going to
reference-
be funny.
I thought when everybody makes references to like politics in video games, like Metal Gear Solid 2 is the one that gets dropped.
I mean, religion is a meme, though. I don't know. It's pretty good.
Frog, have you ever played Metal Gear Solid 2, Frog? Have you played it?
I haven't
I've
even
not played any
Metal Gear
Metal Gear
Solid 2.
Solid game. I played a little bit of Metal Gear Rising. That was fun.
Okay.
Frog, you should play the Metal Gear games,
I don't know,
especially
I
2.
never had a PlayStation, is the thing, so I never really had access.
All right.
Anyway, guys, we are the We Hate Anime podcast. I am your host, the power bottom on a throne. Joining me, as always, is Meals on Wheels, Mothman.
What?
And
what?
and the spiky boy on a dirt bike, Frog.
Well,
Meals
these are-
on Wheels? Like, is that because I'm just an absolute snack on a moped? Like, what's going on?
I don't know where the spikes came from.
I don't
I mean,
know, like,
Moth-
the horned toad? What?
Are you forgetting? Okay,
beyond me.
I'm power bottom on a throne.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that's
so
Leo.
Leo.
Yeah. Philo.
Meals on Wheels with
Okay.
his little tiny that big guy with his tiny ass ATV
Oh, he still
car
can't-
looking motherfucker.
Yeah,
Possibly
okay.
understand these.
No, it's fine. Just watch Premiere, dude. Just
I-
go
no,
see it.
it-
Just
What
literally
I-
go to the theater and go
Frog?
see Premiere.
Frog, what I'm talking about is like first 5 minutes, so like nothing.
Okay.
No, but
That's fine.
here's the
I'm just
thing.
like-
If you go see Premiere, you'll actually be in a really good spot because you'll get to hear the shooting going on in the Joker premiere next to you.
That's-
I just saw an article that was like
one of the funnier memes.
NYPD surges all theaters in New York in anticipation for incel crimes, and I just started laughing.
I mean, incel crimes is like they just leave Costco with all the chicken nuggies and like don't pay. It's okay, my mom's paying with my good boy points as they like waddle on out. Their Guy Fieri.
I wish I had a
bowling
mommy
shirt.
GF that would give me good boy points.
Well, once again, going way too deep into Mike's psychology on a podcast that's not about sad boy psychology.
It's all about me, baby. This is all what this is for. This is just a vehicle for my own ego.
Yeah, fair enough. We're gonna before we actually talk about our actual topics today. You guys get Moth Unleashed this week. Like normally, I try not to be non-political. I try to be non-religious. I try to be a lot of things. I try to maintain some level of professionalism. But this week, I'm just done. Like we're recording on a Monday. Normally, we record on a Saturday, and that gives Mike about a week to cut the audio and whatnot. We are coming straight in a Monday, 5 days before the cutoff. Tuesday, 4 days before the cutoff. Kill me. I had a convention this week. In Alaska, the biggest convention we have until Arctic Comic-Con completely overrides it is a convention called SenshiCon. And it started like real grassroots. Like it was a college con that has steadily blown up, and like people from Canada come to this convention. Like
Damn
people
right.
all over the state like come in from Juneau, they come in from Petersburg, they come in from like everywhere, Ketchikan, like the Fairbanks. People come to this convention because that's all they got. Like it is the nerd gathering of Alaska. And I've been volunteering for a few years now. Normally I like to do security, stuff like that. But this year, one of my friends who like runs the con is one of the con like staff, was like, yeah, so we need responsible adults to handle the guests. And, you know, every con like has that appeal. Like, oh, yeah, we got famous cosplayers, we got famous actors, we got famous voice actors. And they're like, yeah, we need you to take charge of one of these people. And I'm like, but you just told me you need a responsible adult. Like, what's going on here? But so one of the guys, I ended up being his basically a handler, and I think handler is kind of a weird term to use. Like,
That is
this
a very
isn't-
weird term.
Well,
Do you
it's not a
prefer
furry
Tard
convention.
Wrangler?
Like,
Tard Wrangler.
yeah, like it's not a furry convention. I'm not a handler, but I got a cosplayer, super popular. He is like, from what I understood, he is the #1 cosplayer in the United States, like in the world, like top 3 male cosplayers.
Would I know him?
You wouldn't, because he's a male cosplayer, and we actually talked about that. He's like, I have 300,000 followers on Instagram. He's like, I know that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but for a guy,
a lot of people.
that's the top of the list. So 300,000. He's a really good influencer.
Guess that makes sense.
He's from Rome. He has done like, I mean, when you go to Gamescom, when you go to E3, and you see the booth babes who are cosplayed as the characters for the games, like he's one of those booth babes. Like he did Ryo in the newest Tekken game. Street Fighter V, he did Rashid or whatever that guy's name is, Hashir something. He did the Wind guy from Street Fighter V. Like he was actually the character model for the promotional pictures and whatnot. This dude,
That's
top
kinda
of the
cool.
line. Yeah, top of the line.
I think I've seen him. If he was the Rashid guy, pretty sure I've seen the. He's amazing.
Yeah, he is. And this dude is an absolute professional. Like, Leon, I had so much fun with this dude for 3 days. But, like, I'm driving around with him, and we're taking him all through Alaska, because the idea is, like, yeah, if we like the people, and if the people like us, they'll come back next year. And we like to have return guests and stuff like that. We had a lot of good people. We had Justin Briner, Xander Cage. I don't remember his last name. He's the voice announcer for Super Smash Brothers, actually.
Oh,
the new
that's dope.
Yeah, like he is the voice. Like he is Crazy Hand, Master Hand. He's Joker from Persona 5. Like I was actually looking at his list, and I kind of made the joke with him. I was like,
Joker
you realize...
and the announcer is the same voice?
Yeah. What was funny is I was actually joking with him. I was like, you realize you voice characters who have no lines of dialogue whatsoever, right? Like, I was like, you just make angry grunts into the microphone, and his girlfriend kind of looked, and she's like, he's had plenty of practice, trust me. I was like, holy crap. But,
How meta of him to be the person who has to say Joker every time someone.
Oh yeah, like he has
plays
to
him
say,
in
he has
Smash
to
Brothers.
introduce himself. Well, what was really funny is I looked at him, and I was like, hey man, has anyone ever told you that, when you were doing your voiceovers for Super Smash Brothers, you were really on your game?
Oh,
And he looked me
no.
dead in the eye. He's like, I've been in this business for years, and you were the first person to say that to me.
Really?
I hate you. I
How?
hate you. I hate you for making a dad joke, and the guy somehow said it was unique. I hate you so much.
Oh no, actually, he was super chill. Like him and Justin were actually like amazing. And so was Leon. Like
Justin Roiland, of course.
Justin, I want to say it was Briner. He does the voice of Deku from the English dub of Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, I actually like the English dub at Deku.
He also, like, what was really interesting, I was looking, because I did a bunch of research on all these people before they came to the con in case I needed to talk to them about any given topic. And I was laughing my ass off because Justin, and I told this to his face, like, I don't say things without saying it to him. Like, I was kind of like, dude, you switched from doing, like bottoms to just doing dark emo boys. Like, because if you look at his character sheet, he does, like, Nico from Nanbaka, and then he does Deku, Deku's a bottom. Like there's no way around it. Deku's a bottom.
Yeah, he has the potential to be a power bottom, but he doesn't have the heart in it.
He'll get there.
He's too supportive. But yeah, like he's done Danganronpa, which is like that's only edgy. So like I was talking about, I'm like, dude, you go from like top tier bottoms to like the edgiest dudes. I'm like, you realize like the duality of your characters, right? He's like, yeah, and I mean, he's really good. He handled a lot of stuff. But back on point, like I'm working with Leon, and Leon is like bodybuilder extraordinaire, cosplayer, character model, like social media influencer. Which, you know, no offense to Leon, but I cannot believe social media influencer is a real job.
You hear that a lot nowadays.
It's
Influencer
just like,
as a term, it just I don't know.
and it's like so frustrating. But then you think about it, like. What was what was the guy he did Dallas Buyers Club, he did The Wolf of Wall Street, he did, I don't know, that weird space movie where they folded it on the time rift. He did all those Lincoln commercials.
Lincoln? I don't know what commercials you're talking about, but just what popped in my head is the music video for I Want to Take You to a Gay Bar.
But how?
It's got an Ashley.
Matthew
it's got an
McConaughey. There we go. Matthew McConaughey.
That's a handsome man right there.
But like you think about Matthew McConaughey, like sure he's an actor, like sure he's had some movie roles with some level of notoriety, but like really, like at the end of the day, what is he? He's an influencer. Like people, for whatever godforsaken reason, listens to what he's paid to say about a car, listens to his opinion on politics. Like, you know, he's an influencer. Like, we crap on these e-celebs for being influencers, but at the end of the day, like, the actors we've known for years are like influencers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what I get. There's so many people you could describe as influencers. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
So we got this guy. This is like day one. It's like a 3-day event, and I'm dying by the end of this. Like by the end of 3 days, I'm a corpse. But the day one, we take him to this point in Anchorage called Beluga Point, which it's a nice little lookout. It's a giant rock formation, like 30, maybe about 100 meters out into the ocean. So, like, you have to kind of walk along a treacherous path and then, like, climb up a hill. And it's not, like, extreme rock climbing by any means, but you can hurt yourself if you're not smart. And so I'm here with Leon, and this guy, like, absolute champion. Like, absolute beast of a dude. Like, I have nothing but respect for Leon. And for a lot of reasons that I'll talk about during this. He attaches a GoPro to his left arm using, like, the monkey grip. Like, I don't know if you've seen those, but those are the ones, like,
yeah.
Yeah, he, like, attaches it to his left arm, and he, like, turns it on, and he's like, all right, guys, how's it going, Leon Bros? I don't actually remember what he called his fans. He called them it, like, 20 times, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. But he's like, I'm gonna climb this big-ass rock, and he, like, flings his camera and, like, looks up, and he makes the angle look like it's much steeper. Like, he knows how to handle camera angles. And he just, like, starts monkey-handing it one hand up this, like, 40-foot, 80-degree cliff. And I'm just like, oh, God, I have to follow this guy. Because I'm his handler. So, like, my dumbass in my Osiris D3 clown shoes has to book it up this mountain after him, like, this hill. So we make it to the top, and he's like, oh, man, look at this view. And he's, like, all excited and whatnot. And he's like, and I'm like, so do you want me to take some pictures for your Instagram? He's like, yeah, let's do this. So, like, I'm taking photos with him, and then he, like, puts his monkey climber back on, and he's like, all right, guys, it was really fun to be on top of this hill. We're going to go out now, and da-da-da. So he's like, remember to like, subscribe, smash that bell icon, and buy my gamer chair. And then just, like, jumps off the cliff. I'm just like, I already realized at this point, like, I've been with this dude for 2 hours, and I'm like, I cannot keep up with this man.
He's going way too fast for my feeble mind to understand.
Like, yeah, he's like...
He is peak influencer. He is influencing your body and deteriorating it as he's absorbing it.
Well, and, like, here's the thing. Like, I do weightlifting, he does bodybuilding, and I do weightlifting for bodybuilding, but I wouldn't say I'm a bodybuilder yet. We're gonna have a link on this episode to my new Twitter, which, God, we'll talk about that later. But like, I have a nicer body now, but in no way am I fit boy. Like,
Moth is a sexy man.
Yeah, I am, but I'm not quite where I want to be yet. And so him and I, like, we've been talking bodybuilding, and I take him to get breakfast, and he's like, yeah, you know, like a cinnamon roll sounds nice. So we take him to a local coffee shop to get a cinnamon roll, and they give him, like, the 1,500 calorie cinnamon bomb. And he destroys it, and he, like, destroys a Red Bull smoothie. And we're driving, and after this, like, event, it's been, like, 3 hours, we stop at a gas station. And I don't think we're doing anything, so I go and I get a Tornado, and he gets a sub from Subway. And him and I are kind of talking, you know, like, oh, but dude, there's so many calories. He's like, oh, yeah, it's so many calories. And then we get in our cars, and I look at the guest coordinator, and because I'm like, he's riding with us. I'm like, so where are we going? He goes, oh, yeah, we're going to Jack Sprat's up the hill. And I'm like, that's a restaurant. He's like, yeah, we're going to go eat. And, like, Leon and I look at each other like, you got to be shitting me. So we go up to this restaurant, and we eat, like, about 1,000 calories of food. And him and I are just making eye contact. Like, please, God, no more, right? And it's like 3 p.m. And, like, he's got
stuffing
like,
us like pigs.
I have to be topless the next day, and he has to be topless the next day. Like, so...
you should probably explain why, by the way, because that just sounds really weird.
Well, no, we're both cosplaying. He actually wasn't topless the first day, but I was topless both days. He was Gaston the first day from The Little Mermaid. And I was Inosuke from Demon Slayers both days. I was
Gaston from, like, Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, like... He told me the reason he did it is because Gaston is a safe and easy cosplay to do, like, the first day at a con. He's like,
if like really, really not restrictive clothes and just normal clothes, really.
Yeah, and I mean, he was like, yeah, I don't know this con yet. I'm gonna wear like a safer cosplay, and then he did Kamina the next day from Gurren Lagann.
Oh hell! Oh, that's that picture.
Oh, was that? Who, yeah.
That's the picture of us doing the finger pose together. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, so then we go out to this like nature reserve, and as we're driving, he like pulls out his phone. He's like, "Holy crap!" And I'm like, "What's up, Leon?" He's like, "There's like 20 Pokestops here," and I was like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Yeah," and he like pulls out 2 cell phones. And on both of them, he has a level 40 account with no less than 50 legendaries on both of them. And he's just like, I'm driving around with this man. Like, we're not even looking at the wildlife. We're not looking at the wolves. We ain't looking at the brown bears. We ain't looking at the black bears. Like, we are literally sprinting up and down this nature reserve, catching Pokemon for about an hour and a half.
I heard people still play that game. It's wild.
Dude, my wife still plays that game. I got forced to play the damn game. So, all this is going on, like, it's great. And the thing is, like, I've lived in Alaska my whole life, and this dude just has an eye for, like, good scenery. Like, he's like, dude, can we pull over right here? And I'm like, what's up? He's like, this is a perfect shot for a photo shoot. And, like, you know, it was a little tiring, because, like, having to stop and do, like, photo shoot stuff. Like, I was a little bit tired about that, but, like, he had a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun watching him.
Yeah.
That sounds completely and totally insane, and it would make me kill myself.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
You gotta realize I'm also athletic and you're not, so yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of down for that kind of like really excitable stuff, though. I used to do a lot of that back when I was doing youth group stuff.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have a repressed like Christian memory time.
No, I mean when I say youth group, people always associate that with Christianism, and usually it is. To be fair,
yeah,
but, it was actually like a language thing.
That's like the non-denominational like religious group where like they have a bunch of Christian rock and the pastor's like no older than 40 and tries to relate with the kids.
Well, I say youth group because it was literally called it was like what's it called? Fuck. Like Jeunesse Acadie or something like that, and it means literally Youth Acadia, which is the area I'm in. So
okay, yeah, that sounds absolutely stupid. Don't ever bring it up again. I was kind of hoping like, you know, it was a church that kind of looked New Age, and the fact that there wasn't a lot of like Jesus stuff on the walls, and they have a basement that you go down to with like a Chronicles of Narnia poster on the wall because they're cool for kids.
I was not occulted.
If we want to talk about youth groups, we can talk about the one I was in growing up. That was just a house next to a church that had one. It had one room that was, this is the room where we talk about Jesus. And then the rest of it was, hey, let's all fuck around. And like, we would all fuck around for like 20 minutes, go into the room, talk about Jesus. And I, being someone who is slowly coming into not believing in Jesus, would be the asshole. And then afterwards, every single time, all the guys would get together while we waited for the adult service to end, and we'd play kick each other in the nuts.
I mean, that's just like that's the same thing with quarters, where you sit there and you don't even play to see if you can beat your opponent. You play to see how bloody your knuckles can get before you quit.
Yeah, like I still to this day don't like. It doesn't hurt when you kick me in the nuts.
Well, that's just one of your kinks now.
Yeah.
No, I grew up religious, and I still am religious, and I'm not going to talk about like religion in a negative light or ever get super religious on this podcast. But there was one youth group that I was so mad. Like, this youth group made me so angry. We're going to go off topic here. Like I said, it's Moth Unleashed this episode. And one of my buddies is like, yeah, you know, it's a real spiritual experience. You got to realize, like, I'm in a group where religious experience to me is like piano playing a very solemn hymn while the congregation sings. And then, like, heartfelt speeches and, like, you know, conversations about the gospel kind of thing. Like... And so I go to this dude's like place, and this is exactly what I was trying to describe. Like, we go into a basement, and in the basement, it's like, you know, I can tell it's not up to code, but they got like Chronicles of Narnia, Lord of the Ring posters, like, you know, stuff that's cool with Christianity because Tolkien was a Christian and Chronicles of Narnia is just Jesus is a furry. Like,
it's Jesus furry.
Yes, Lion-O, the lion in the Chronicles of Narnia is Jesus. So, so, like, we go down to the basement here, and they open with, like, a prayer where, like, the preacher is just clapping, and he's like, we are here today to worship you, Jesus, yay. Like, that's his idea of a prayer, and I'm sitting here the whole time, like, what is happening? Like, I'm already weirded out, and then all of a sudden, smoke machines come out.
What the fuck?
And they're like, let's get everybody in the Christian spirit. And, the lights get dimmed, and they actually have, like, moving multicolored lights in the basement. It's like a smoke machine is going, multicolored lights are going, and they're moving, and a disco ball is going, and I'm like, standing here, smoke is filling the room, thinking I'm gonna die. And suddenly they just start blasting like Jesus rock at a. I'm surprised the people downstairs couldn't hear it. And it's just like, you are my Lord and Savior, my dearest friend in times of sorrow. Da 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 da. Praise Jesus. Da 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 da. And like, out of nowhere, one of the girls just starts seizuring on the floor.
Oh my god.
And I'm sitting here like in abject horror because, like, once again, I have a much more solemn and respectful view on worship. And this girl is seizuring on the floor, and then her sister is like, "It's tongues! She got the tongues!" And like,
oh my god, did you accidentally end up at a Pentecostal thing?
I have no idea what happened, but like, I'm standing here like ready to start swinging actually in sheer terror.
Your fight or flight kicked in.
Yeah, and this girl out of nowhere like comes up to me and is like, "Can I pray for you?" And I'm like, I don't know what to say here. But before I can respond, she just like puts both of her hands on my shoulders and like leans forward and just starts like rambling. I don't know how she got my name, but she did because I hadn't introduced myself at this point. And she's like, "Oh, you know, Holy Spirit, please bless Moth." And the whole time I'm chill with it because like she's got a real low cut shirt. And I'm pretty sure she's not wearing a bra. And I'm looking down. And
it's church. They don't wear bras.
I guess not. Like, you know, hey, you know, anything that touches your breast that's not your husband or the Lord is a sin. It's why you're not allowed to wear tampons because only your husband is ever allowed to be inside of you. Yeah, actually, that's a thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's you're literally like some places like looks down on you for wearing a tampon because you're letting the devil's fingers in you.
That is wacky.
Yeah. This is the We Hate Pentecostal podcast.
I think I'm in a weird position because, like, I was never really raised in a very religious household, unlike a lot of people like who tell stories about it. And I always feel kind of strange hearing about like people's like weird traditions involving like Christianity and stuff because I just never had to deal with it.
Yeah, like,
dude, I would love to take both of you guys to a Southern Baptist like actual church.
Oh
gathering,
no, dude! I would have a field day. Like. I would just
no,
go along with everyone.
Moth. Like, it's really weird. Like, okay, so at whenever the youth group would end, we'd all go inside or we'd stay outside if we were being rough because we were kicking each other nuts. So of course we were. But if we ever got to stay inside, all the fucking chairs are just arranged in a circle, and all the adults are sitting there, and the pastor has a guitar, and in between playing his own songs of Jesus, they'll just take turns in the circle like it's a fucking AA meeting for Jesus, talking about how Jesus affected. It's so insane. Like, it's so weird to actually see. Like, I'm even when I was religious, Moth, I was much more religious in the way you were. So even then, like, even the still religious me was like, what the fuck are these people doing?
It was very peculiar to me. So like sorry, not to rail on Christianity too much. And really like believe what you want to believe as long as it's not what Joel Osteen says. Like,
yeah, the only good thing Joel Osteen ever did was praying away a hurricane.
let's not give that to him. I'm pretty sure Florida did that single-handedly.
Yeah, everyone was doing their hand signs to shoot out a Rasengan to get it to go away.
I think the hurricane saw everybody on the beach doing like a copious amount of Jello shots and just was like, you know what? Nah. But
so the convention, right?
The convention, the Christchurch convention. No, so yeah, like Leon and I, like we're full as can be. We're done with the Pokestop, and they take us to the Moose's Tooth next. And the Moose's Tooth is like the biggest, like it is the single most profitable pizza parlor in the United States, like per capita. So like considering like, Anchorage only has 300,000 people in it, it generates more revenue than any other pizza parlor per capita because it's good. It's solid, good food.
Nice.
And we're here, and this is, I'm not going to go into, like, I'm not going to talk bad about any of the guests, but, like, I found it really peculiar that one of the guests just started talking politics. And, like, me
yeah, it's
and
never
the
really good kind of...
Me me and the guest handler kind of looked at, like, the guy in charge of guest handling kind of looked at each other like, we have to shut this down. Because I'm a responsible adult. I'm almost 30. Like, I realize there's a time and place for everything, and I'm not in the mood to piss off one of our guests right before, they spend 2 whole days at a convention. And I'm like, I kind of look at him like, dude, we got to shut this conversation down. And the person just starts rambling, and I'm actually really grateful. I think everybody had a moment of sheer self-control, because this person went on this tirade. I won't go into details. I don't want to reveal information about people, and like it'd be pretty easy to figure out who they were if I started talking about what was going on. They go on this tirade, and we all just like nod. And we go, hey, thank you for being so passionate about that. I'm sorry, I don't know as much about that topic as you do. So I'm sorry, I can't respond.
You're really cool.
Yeah, like, hey, I appreciate it's kind of like you got to validate them without, like, invalidating them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an uncomfortable thing to bring up in a public setting, like, with people you don't know well.
It is. And so, like, we were able to diffuse that, luckily. But Leon, like, absolute pro. Never brought up politics, never talked about anything negative. Like, he has a lot of Italian nationalism, and he talks about how much he loves his country and, like, how much he's proud of his people. And how he wants his people to do better on a national stage, and he's like, I wish I could make Italy better. Like that was the most political he got, and I was like, dude, Leon, you're the best.
It sounds pretty cool that he wants to make Italy great again.
Not Mussolini great, Mike. But yeah, so we spent 2 days at the con, and what was really like, a bunch of weird stuff happened at the con. The one thing I saw Leon do is Leon did 2 things I had a lot of respect for. And one is, you guys probably don't go out to public environments with nerds as much as I do. But there's a growing movement of like asexuals and demisexuals in the anime community. And the only reason I bring that up is I need you to be aware that these people exist in this story.
Okay,
but Leon's walking around as Gaston, and he's like, he's being Gaston. He's like, it's a pleasure to meet me, isn't it? Like, to people. Like, he's in character 100%. And, like, that's everybody's fun. Eating it up and loving it. And one of the girls dressed up, I want to say she was dressed up as, like, Elsa from Frozen, is, like, she's about to have a Jesus, like, speaking in tongues moment. She, like, comes up to him, she's like, oh my gosh, I love you! Ah, ah, ah. And she's, like, shaking violently, like an Alzheimer's case just came over her. And no. Leon, like, probably trying to calm her down, like, comes up and gives her a big hug. And is like, oh, I'm so happy to meet you too, Elsa. You're the queen that unfroze my heart kind of thing. Like, he's got this suave line for everything.
Right.
And she freezes. Elsa froze. She freezes.
Oh, I hate you.
And pulls away. And she's like, I'm sorry, I really don't like physical contact. And Leon, without missing a beat, goes, okay, let's try this again from the top. And he spins around in a circle and comes back, arms waving up. He's like, I am Leon. It is a pleasure to meet you, Elsa. And she smiled, and she felt very validated, like he was taking her seriously, which he was. And he handled the situation super well. Like, I was, like, my mind was blown. I was like, holy crap, man. And there was a situation, like, another one occurred later that day, where
20 charisma.
Like, yeah, really. Like, you could tell the girl was looking for trouble. Like, you could tell that, like, the moment he screwed up, she just wanted to make him feel bad about himself. And I've never seen a dude pop smoke so fast in my life. Like, Leon had a way to handle every situation, whether it be good or bad, and handled it with such professionalism that I was just impressed.
Dang.
But then... The other
that's what it's like to be that's what it's like to be neurotypical. Just like not have to worry about like that guy is Chad. That guy's my hero.
He is. I'm a Brad, and that dude is absolutely a Chad Thundercock. Like, but the other thing I noticed is we went to one of his panels on the second day. And, like, to get a bead for the room, like, you have to realize he's an influencer for, like, youth, I want to say. Like, a lot of adults like him because he's a cosplayer. But he definitely has appeal to a lot of younger demographic. Like, I would say, 15 to maybe 21-year-olds love him because he's on TikTok and stuff.
Right.
And he's giving a presentation. And the first day I watched him give a presentation, and there were a lot of adults in the room. And he was talking. He was very serious. He was talking about things like... very, very serious things. And he was like, and everybody was loving it and eating it up. Well, he realizes that the average age in his room on the second day for his panel is closer to like 16 than it is 21. And so suddenly he changes. He starts making, like, he's talking to them. He's like, yeah, at this moment I was like, Nani? You know, and I see the shopping cart coming at me, and the shopping cart is like, Omae wa mo shinderu. And I'm just like, Nani? And the kids are loving it. But he wasn't like this the day before. And so, like, I watched this dude completely change his performance for a bunch of kids. And it was perfect. Like, and I just, the level of professionalism I saw from this man, like,
I just really want to be charismatic like that. It sounds like a lot of fun to be able to just kind of think on the spot really quickly.
Oh, it is.
I can't even make eye contact with people. That's like, it's
because it takes such a mixture of like confidence and quick thinking and stuff. Like, you need like a lot of different things to kind of drive into that to make it work.
He was good. Like, he there were times where I could tell he was getting tired, but like,
well, yeah, of course.
That man lives off of energy drinks. Like, I think me drinking like 1 or 2 Monsters a day is probably not good for my health. Like, this dude did nothing but like crack a bottle, blah, 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 energy drink. Next one,
oh Jesus,
energy drink. And I'm like, Leon, slow down, Leon, no, please, please, Leon, I want you to make it to the next panel,
Leon. Like, please, Leon, just have sex with my sister.
I was about to make the joke,
but like, the last story, and this was actually like super awkward for me at the con, is guest signings, right? Like, where the guest sits down and people come up to him. Leon, once again, a Chad among men. Like, absolute, everybody is entitled to charge what they feel they're worth at a con. And like, if you want to charge for signatures, if you want to charge for pictures, if you want to charge, because you're here, you flew to Alaska to be in the con, I'm not going to fault you for that. But Leon is just the most, I don't know if the term is paleontologist. What is the term when, like, you give to people? It's not paleontologist.
No, it's not. You think you're philanthropist.
Oh, philanthropist. Okay.
Paleontologist?
Yeah.
Like,
he studies them bones, baby.
Bones. But he is being a pathologist here.
Studies them bones, giving women boners.
Like, he's an absolute pathologist here. And
philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
What's a pathologist? I wonder. Is like the study of paths. A study of potholes.
Moth is deteriorating as he continues.
So this dude is being an absolute philanthropist. Pretty much anything from Leon is free. Like, you want to take a picture with him, you want him to sign something. Like, the only thing he's charging for is if you want a signed photo of him. Like, and like, he spends 5 minutes with every guest. Like, everybody who comes up to talk to him gets like 5 minutes. Like, he picks up the girls. Like, he even picks up some of the dudes. He picked up a dude cosplaying as Pink Guy. Like. And like, when the guy coming against Pink Guy came by, he's like, "Hey, what's up, boss?" And like, he knew everything. And like, there were times where I could tell the people he didn't know what the people were cosplaying. So like, somebody was Pip from Over the Garden Wall, or whatever the main character was. Right. And I was like, Leon, this cosplay is very special. This young one has come all the way from Over the Garden Wall to see you. And he goes, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a journey." Like, he was able to kind of pick up the story, like, from what I tell him. And like, he handled everything. But we're sitting there, we're doing guest signings. I'm shirtless because I'm Inosuke, and he's shirtless because he's Kamina. And these 3 girls in line are all dressed up as like Love Live idols. Like, it's the best Chinese bot cosplay I've ever seen. Because they're complete with like the frills, like the stupid gloves, like 3 Love Live cosplayers. And they come up to us, and they come up to me, and I'm like, "Hey, ladies, everything's free with Leon except if you want to buy one of these pictures." And they're like, "Well, where are your pictures?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, yeah, like, you and Leon, you guys are a duo, right? You're a duo cosplay. And I'm like, "Nah, this is all Leon. Like, this is 100% Leon." And they're like, "Oh, you don't, you're like, I'm literally local here. Like, I live in Alaska, guys. Like, I don't know what you're trying to get my kidney or something from me by buttering me up, but I'm from Alaska." And they're like, "Oh,
I don't think it was the kidney they were trying to get, Moth. Know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, I know, right? And I was like, "Oh, well, this is Leon's booth. If you're here to take a picture with Leon or something," they like look at Leon, and they're like, "No, can we get a picture with you?" And I'm just like, "Please don't do this to me. Like, please."
That's surreal.
Like, you stood in line for an hour and a half to get a photo with the wrong guy.
And it was in that moment that Leon knew you must be destroyed.
No, Leon looked at me and he goes, "Isn't it nice to have friends, Moth, or have fans, Moth?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And he goes, "Moth, I have this. I gotta work with this." I think like another Elsa had showed up. He's like, "Oh no, it was the chick in the white dress from Seven Deadly Sins. One of them had showed up. She was cosplaying as her, and he's like, I must carry Milady around for a bit," and like picked her up and started like carrying her around. He's like, "You take your photo, it's fine, Moth." And I was just like, "Thank you, Leon. Like, you made it
This has become the Leon Cult Podcast. Please follow him on Twitter and sacrifice your firstborn to Leon
Chiro.
I don't even know his last name.
Are you kidding me? This man, like he's an ultimate wingman,
Dude, he is the ultimate
public
Chad,
speaker. Holy shit! This guy will get you laid and then like wake you up the next day with breakfast for both of y'all. Like, fuck, man.
I know you guys are like making jokes and shit, but like Leon Chiro is like, he was the coolest dude I'd ever seen. Like, I mean, he's awesome. Like here's the picture he actually took at SenchiCon. In fact, wait, shit, I took this picture. Like, holy crap, I took this damn picture. I'm posting it in the group. Like, we can add it to the thing later, but like, Leon is absolute.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I took this picture. Damn it!
That is a swole man,
dude. He is gorgeous. Like he's great. And actually, he was looking at my Inosuke cosplay. He's like, "I think I know what I have to do next." I was like, "Leon, this is my one thing. Don't take this from me." So,
oh man, no, this guy is fucking awesome. Like,
yeah.
I'm not joking. This guy is awesome.
Yeah, no, Leon is the best. Like, I've never met, because I've met famous people before, but like Leon, Leon,
yeah,
is
like Egoraptor.
level. Shut up.
He's had the duality of experiences.
Yeah, I've had the duality of dealing with
Leon.
the worst human being and the best human being, and Leon's definitely the best.
Man, I really want to go to cons and I live in a tiny little dirt hole in the
You
middle
live
of
in
nowhere.
Canada. All of Canada's a dirt hole.
I resent
We should all go to a con together someday.
In March,
Yeah.
I'm going over to Boston. I don't think anything's going on though.
Okay, so you're going
Yes.
from a dirt hole to like a brick hole.
I'm going to see friends. It'll be fun.
I don't
I
live
wish
in
I could
Boston.
What?
The only people that live in Boston's are people that talk about their cockies a lot.
And
I mean,
like,
but no one's
else.
actually is
It's
from
like-
Boston there. We're just going to Boston.
It's like people who live in Wisconsin. Like, they only live in Wisconsin because nobody else wants to deal with them.
Jesus.
But I told you, this is the Moth Unleashed episode.
Yeah, he's done. He's done pretending.
Yeah, like, really. So now that we've wasted 40 minutes with my man crush, moving
He's
on.
my man crush now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. We got video games to talk about first. We're the
Oh, yeah, we
hate,
do.
We hate anime podcast with an ex-game journalist who just loves to complain about the community.
Oh, believe me, I have some video game things to talk about too. Believe you me.
So
Same.
let's start with the one I really want to just get right into. Naughty Dog is absolutely convinced to take the gameplay, like they are dead set on taking the gameplay out of their game. The Last of Us 2 is now it is like, what is that? It's a Sundance Film Festival about a budding lesbian who realizes she's a lesbian, and that's it.
I mean,
I don't even think there's zombies in The Last of Us 2 anymore.
I haven't seen
There
any of the
are.
trailers, but there
there
probably
are.
are.
I have seen them in trailers.
But like that's actually not what I'm angry about. I'm angry about that The Last of Us 2 is not going to have any multiplayer. And that's why I'm convinced that Naughty Dog is 100% set on not making a game this time. They are Hideo Kojima Metal Gear Solid 4 without the multiplayer.
Yeah, you said this earlier, and I didn't even realize that the first game had multiplayer.
You know, the first game was the most, and you got to realize, like, Naughty Dog normally doesn't do multiplayer. Like, they kind of did it with the Nathan Drake series, but not a whole lot. So when they dropped The Last of Us multiplayer, like, The Last of Us multiplayer was like, you are an untrained hobo trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world, like, fighting through people's kitchen pantries against each other. Like,
Yeah, it had an interesting premise. I would have played it if I had played the PS3 version of Last of Us, but I only played it once I got a PS4.
Well, the PS4 had a multiplayer.
I did?
Yeah, it actually had The Last of Us as multiplayer. Like, they remade it for the PS4.
I wonder if it's still live, because, I mean, they did just release, as of today, The Last of Us on PSN for free. I own it on PSN, but that if it's still active, I might be able to get in there and actually try out the multiplayer.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm downloading, right now as we speak, I'm downloading Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations 2, so...
Hell yeah!
I'm mad right now because The Last of Us, like, it was an okay game. I didn't actually see the appeal that everybody was losing their damn minds over. But I'm also not going to pretend it wasn't a good game. Like, it was a good game. It was a narrative-driven game, which I hate.
Yeah.
But it had solid multiplayer, and this one just, it looks like all the spark and the uniqueness from the first Last of Us might be gone. And without having any multiplayer, I'm not sure if there's any gameplay to speak of.
It looks like a big old movie now, and that's not I mean, it is a problem if it's not
It is a problem. It's a video game. Like,
I mean, I think it looks great. The appeal for The Last of Us was never... I don't play a lot of multiplayer to begin with. But like when I played The Last of Us, like it's an amazing game.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone talk about
even from a game design level. Like the levels are really well designed. There's environmental storytelling absolutely everywhere, and the actual like the way it's paced is perfect. There was never a point in The Last of Us, the original, where I felt like I was bored in any way. It just went from set piece to set piece, and it was really great, and it made me care about the characters. I think The Last of Us 1, just the single player, because I didn't play multiplayer, was amazing. And I'm looking forward to The Last of Us 2, even if there are some like, the trailers haven't been great, but really, what trailer these days is actually good?
the one for Blasphemous.
False. False.
What
You're
are
lying.
you talking about? It's good.
No, I'm joking.
No, you're
I
not.
think it's really cool whenever he bathes himself in the monster blood.
Yeah. I actually beat that game, actually. We should talk about that, too. We kind of briefly touched on it last time, briefly, but...
You beat it? So you spoiler alert, you found out that you're basically Martin Luther?
Huh?
Yes? What?
I don't...
Wait, how could you be Martin Luther if it's Spanish Catholicism?
I don't know.
Because it's El Martin Luthari.
Wait, really?
No.
No, he's
know.
making a joke. I don't know. I have no idea what he's talking about, to be honest, because I'm bad at interpreting stories.
Did you get the wrong ending?
I got both endings.
There's two endings?
There's two endings. There's a regular ending, there's a true ending.
Okay, what's the regular ending?
You just kind of die.
What's the true ending?
Am I going to spoil this right now?
Yeah, do it. We already announced spoilers
all right.
12 seconds ago.
Spoilers for Blasphemous. No big deal. In the true ending, well, here's the thing, right? Your whole goal is to get to like this holy place, I guess. It's very vague. I didn't really understand it very well. But you get there and you fight this like big old priest dude and you kill him. And then you have to climb this big old mountain of ash. And if you're not guilty enough, you can't make it. So my first run, I didn't have any guilt. So I just kind of sunk into the ash and died. And became just like a lot of other... It's like the Dark Souls thing where you're just like all the others, you just died on the way there. But once you do like the secret stuff and get all the guilt stuff, and you get maximum guilt, then you can get to the top, and then you become like some kind of weird, like saint? Martyr's the right word. And people start like praising you and shit.
Martyr saint?
Actually, saint is probably the right word if you were talking about Catholicism.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Martyr sounds more correct in my term, but maybe I'm just dumb. Either way, you die. You still die, but you people are like
in Catholicism. A big aspect of it are people who attain Jesus level like divinity and become part of the worship.
Yeah, you turn into like a weird tree thing, and people like go and worship you and shit.
Nice.
But at the very end, after the credits,
so you're
pass,
the Lorax.
Sure. After the credits pass.
Wait, are you saying that Frog speaks for the trees right now?
He speaks for the trees, and the trees say, I got about 100 complaints with the Catholic Church.
So yeah. But yeah, after the credits, there's a little tiny bit of the scene at the end that just kind of teases maybe a DLC or sequel, so that's interesting. So it's nothing crazy. Just like some character takes a sword out of you because you stab yourself with a sword to kill yourself.
So you pull a Mr. Rogers.
Oh, he's talking about the Ultimate Showdown.
Yeah. I was like, somebody's got to get that reference.
I know the reference. I just didn't put it together. Damn.
I have that entire song memorized.
Everybody,
15-year-old.
Everybody who grew up like on the early 2000s, like Newground, unfiltered internet, has that song memorized.
It's been a while though. Maybe I don't remember it as well anymore. But
I mean, if we want to like completely go off the rails, I'll just start.
Let's not say we did.
Yeah,
let's not say we didn't.
I hate to down this one, but like let's not.
We'll do it after the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of righteous knights for the great holy fire, wait. So you know what? Before going on, like, what did you like really like?
Wait. Was that your transition to sirfetch'd?
Yes, because sirfetch'd is out here destroying all the thoughts.
Oh yeah, so sirfetch'd was announced. I still don't care about Pokemon Sword and Shield.
It's hard to believe you guys put this down as news.
I love sirfetch'd.
I don't care.
I didn't put it down.
Anything Pokemon does is news.
Dude, sirfetch'd is the absolute shit.
News.
Apparently,
fuck you.
Apparently, there's 18 gyms in the newest Pokemon game.
18? Yeah. That sounds wacky.
It was just announced. I'm glad we did this episode on a Tuesday because it was just announced today.
I like turn-based games if they're actually good.
I mean, nah. I like Gundam or Mech Warrior. That.
I mean, you can like Mech Warrior and still like a turn-based game. I like what's it called?
Is dumb.
These are very specific examples.
No,
I'm talking about like, I don't know, Into the Breach or something, which is the best.
Into the Breach is boring.
Undertale is really good.
Undertale is not turn-based.
What?
It's a shump.
I mean, it's not shump, it's shmup, you fucking muppet.
It's actually.
I thought it was shump. It's
shump?
Shumped them up.
Shump them up, bro.
So much.
Yeah, it's
Shump
shumped
up the
them
jam.
up.
Shump it up.
Technically, it'd be shoot 'em. It'd be more like shoot 'em poo.
Every single time Moth talks, I get closer and closer to feel like I'm having like a hangover, but I did not have any fun.
Would it be like shit EU? Like shidoo? Yes, from now on, bullet dodgy games are shidoos.
Anyway, I have played a game. In fact, I'm about like maybe 10 minutes away from finishing it. AI, the Somnium Files.
Now, I was looking into that one.
Crickets.
How many romance options are in that game?
There are no romance options. That's not how the game works.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic.
So AI Somnium Files, it's a Ushikoshi game, and that means nothing to nobody.
But that's not like saying it's a Suda 5-1 game.
It's actually very similar to saying that, because he's a writer that's if people who love him, and I'm one of those people. He did the 999, 9 doors, 9
I read
hours.
about that, and back in Nintendo Power, back in like 2012.
He did that, Virtue's Last Resort, that series. He's just a really great writer. He also did Punchline, which you can watch the anime adaptation of instead of playing.
Isn't Punchline
people get
the one
mad
about
at
the
that.
panties?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's trash.
No, it's fantastic.
It's absolute trash.
I thought it was trash too, and I got past the first episode.
No, it's absolute trash. I watched 3 episodes.
I don't mean to go into like a weird bit of like multi-podcast drifting, but like I listened to Super Best Friends cast, or now it's Super Beast nowadays, and whenever someone brings up Punchline, Wooly gets mad, and I don't know why.
I can't remember someone bringing up Punchline. I listen to that podcast all the time.
Punchline is trash.
It's you know what, Frog, you should watch Punchline. If this season ends up not being so great coming up, you should watch Punchline so we can talk about it. And Moth can just sit dejected in the corner until his rage builds up and he just devours us whole.
Well, how much neglect we're giving to the current season, just so we can talk about video games. We'll get to it, guys.
So the current season is over, and there's only 2 animes worth talking about.
I mean, the next season is what I'm getting at. Like, it's pretty much around the corner, so we should probably address it soon.
That's the thing. No. We would have 2 episodes basically back to back here. One where we're talking about what we're excited for, and one where we talk about what sucked donkey dick.
Anyway, Somnium Files. It's a great game if you like this type of. That's part of the thing. There's so many puns in the game.
Oh no!
There's like 3 puns in the title itself.
Oh no!
So Yeah, one of the main characters' name is Aiba, and it's because she is an eyeball. And in Japanese, her name is Aibo. Thank you, Mara, for explaining this to me, because I didn't know this. And Aibo is just how they say eyeball in Japanese. Anyway, so this is a...
Oh yeah, we just named the fourth member of the podcast for the very first time.
No, we've brought up
Have
Mara.
we brought up Mara before? I think we
we've
have.
never brought up Mara before.
Yeah, we have.
We have literally
Mars are behind the
never-
scenes boy.
who never
Slash
does
Mara's
shit.
like our... Mara's our
Mara's the
cheerleader.
token girl. Like,
True.
yeah.
Wait, you guys... is Mara a girl? I'm
Yeah,
No.
Mara's
sure.
a girl.
I mean, yes, but no, but yeah.
No, it's Mara's a girl.
Okay. Like let's okay. Anyway, AI Somnium Files, yay! So it's a murder mystery game where you play Kaname Date and you try and solve the resurgence of a serial killer, and it gets insane. Like you use a device that lets you go inside of people's dreams to relive their past traumas, the things they've experienced, and because it's dream related and it goes by dream logic, any repressed memory can appear in that dream, and if you happen to stumble across it, you'll end up in a completely different timeline where the story veers off in a different direction, and it all leads together into like this one revelation about where everything goes, and it's pretty insane, and all the characters
Just
are
sounds
amazing.
like Phoenix Wright.
It's a... I would say it actually has a lot, like, it's very similar to Phoenix Wright, actually, except instead of a courtroom, you're solving puzzles in a 3D space inside people's dreams, and a lot of the puzzles have to do with dream logic. Like, if someone did something in the real world, you might have to recreate it, or you might have to think outside of the box and realize what is this the metaphor of? Okay, I'll do that. Like there's a one section where these cartoon drawings are appearing on TVs, and you have to figure out how to kill the animals in the cartoon drawings, and it's really wild. Like it really, especially towards the end. The beginning of the game can be pretty easy, but I think that's fine because the puzzles are on a time limit. You have 6 minutes to get through them. And towards the end, I kept failing over and over because it starts getting more difficult, and it's really engaging, on top of the fact that the characters are all amazing and really unique. I don't know if this game would be for either of y'all. Maybe if the Phoenix Wright comparison interests you, Moth, maybe try it out. But if you like really well written stories, I would say first go watch Punchline, and if you like it, then maybe try 999 out, and if you like it, then try Somnium Files, because I don't think it's his best work. There's some plot holes in it, which is in a Ushikoshi game, there being plot holes, they're all over the place. It's one of the things, he ties up everything really well, but in the first game, you actually, the 999 game, you play a character in the past who's teleporting their mind to the future to tell someone to do things, and you don't know that until you beat the game. And so the games are insane. The way he thinks. In Punchline, the character you play, because there's a game version of that, the character you play is a ghost who has to possess his own body in the past to solve the crime, to stop the world from ending. His games are nuts, but they're really well written with really great characters. I really recommend them. And now I'll stop talking because no one on the podcast cares.
Nope. I'll be honest with you. If I'm just not shooting things in the dick in my video games, I don't care anymore.
I really do like shooting things in the dick in the video games. So.
I mean, really, when do you shoot somebody in the dick in this game?
You shoot a few people in the dick, actually.
Really?
Yep. There's quite a few of shooting involved, and some of it is you shooting.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll give it a chance.
If it's ever on sale for $10, I could see you picking it up, but I really don't think it's going to be for you.
No. All right, Frog, you get your wish. We get to talk about what's coming up next season.
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Is that what's in the docket?
Well, actually, before we can do that, I'm sorry, Frog, you don't get your wish. Your wish is rescinded. We're going to talk about the fact that the Demon Slayer production team has the biggest balls I have ever seen in a studio.
UFO table, like they're really going for it.
No. There is a pinnacle arc coming up in the anime. It's already happened in the manga, but there's a pinnacle arc coming up. And normally when there's, pinnacle arcs, you continue the series, you do episodes, stuff like that. They go, no, none of this. We're making a movie. And if you don't watch the movie, go straight to hell because you're not going to know what's going to happen in season 2. Hey, you know what? Oh, go ahead.
I'm wondering now if it's going to do the Made in Abyss thing where it just starts continuing through movies.
I don't know if they're going to do that because Demon Slayers is super popular and it's doing really well. I honestly think Demon Slayers is the acceptable new Naruto. I don't think My Hero Academia is that good. I think My Hero Academia appeals to those same cringy teenagers that Naruto appealed to, but I think Demon Slayers is head over heels better. Wait, head over shoulders? Shoulders over feet?
Head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders, yes. It is shampoo over Hero Academy.
What I was going to say is, because you said we're going into a pinnacle arc, and I acknowledge that, because literally every single fucking manga reader of the fucking manga on Twitter will not stop saying, oh man, anime only's about to be wildin' and shit. And it's like, yeah, gee, thanks for, I literally know what's going to happen because everyone on Twitter has been being like, oh man, anime onlys don't know what's going to happen. And I fucking hate anime Twitter, which is something I'll talk about eventually, but I'm not ready for. Fuck you guys.
Well, just we're gonna do that. We're gonna hit that big old spoiler button here real quick. Just for everybody, one of the Hashiras dies.
Why?
Why did you do that, Moth? I hate you. I knew. That doesn't mean Frog knew.
Nope. One of the Hashiras die, and here's a hint: it's not that one.
Okay.
Yep. So just so you know, one of them, but not that one.
But not that one. That one you're thinking of? No.
Nope, not that one. It's the other one. The one you didn't suspect.
Since we're talking about Demon Slayer, I mean, did y'all watch the last episode?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was very much like setting up for the movie.
But man, that opening scene though.
Oh yeah, no, the sequence where the guy's trying to wait, you're talking about the demon thing,
the one that takes place in the 3D space.
Yeah. So the sequence where there's this one of the 12 Kizuki's the name, right? Kizuki?
I'm not sure.
12 something. There's the one the main villain dude who's now a girl gathers all the evil the big boys.
Yeah,
and he says,
in David Bowie's Labyrinth, he gets them all caught
but
up.
all the lower of the big boys, apparently. The lower class. I guess there's a higher and lower class. Yeah. That's what that's establishing. And he says, y'all, you keep dying to, these Hashira folk. Get out of here.
Y'all,
and he kills
y'all
all of them
useless
except
to
for
me.
one. And but one of them tries to escape, and, the way he runs around, and, try
oh, man.
Oh.
The run animation when they're getting on the train. We're gonna talk about that too.
Oh, that too. I mean, it's not. It's kind of pasted at this point to say that the show looks amazing and pretty much there's never. I said this earlier to a friend. I don't think I said that on the podcast before, but Demon Slayer has some moments of really impressive animation, and it never has any moments of really bad animation. It's always just either good or serviceable or really good. So. And that's a rare feat. It's even great studios like Bones or whatever. I love Bones. But they're really inconsistent. They can have some scenes look amazing, and then the other scenes will look kind of really just jank and not that good.
Yeah, no. Demon Slayers is the next gold standard for anime, in my opinion, and I will fight for that opinion.
As far as quality goes, I don't know. I mean, the whole idea of standards in anime is kind of hard to hit because everyone's so different.
Okay,
every studio does things so differently.
You're not going to get a million animes I don't know, what was that one that everybody liked last year? Blood Lad? No.
Blood Lad?
Blood Lad?
No, the Netflix one. Devilman Crybaby.
Show.
There we go. Same anime.
Good show.
But yeah, it's not everything's going to be Demon Man Cry Sad Face. So Demon Slayers is really where it needs to be for everything.
I mean, this clearly feels like a very high budget thing, though.
No, it really wasn't. I mean, they actually they asked for a budget, and the CEO of Tokigawa Animation threw a Cracker Jack box at them and said, animate with this.
The thing about UFO Table is that that's just kind of them, man. Like, I love UFO Table so much.
Who's UFO Table? What else?
That's the studio. They did Fate.
They did a
Fate.
bunch of they did a bunch of they did Fate and Gotcha, but like I don't like Fate and I don't like Gotcha, except for Yu-Gi-Oh. I play that shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh has a gotcha?
Yeah, technically it's dual links. You can buy packs, but you can't buy the cards individually.
Oh, it's lame.
Are you kidding me? Like this group has done nothing but like the shittiest gotcha crap I have ever seen.
No. Here's
these
the deal,
guys released their
Moth.
most original content during the dark era of anime. Holy crap.
I thought you said you were in
thing
Golden Era last week.
Here's the thing about UFO Table, okay? The joke. I'm not talking about the content of the stories of anything they've made. The quality is amazing on even the most gutter, like Fate. They did Fate, and their Fate adaptations are the best Fate adaptations because they're chef kiss perfect. And like, I don't like Fate. You're not gonna catch me watching it, but I'm gonna go to like Sakugaburo and like look at animation clips because that shit is fire. Like, dude, UFO Table, you just let them do what they want. You let them, like, they make so many like cool changes to the source material, and they improvement. It's great.
I mean, they're no Madhouse, but I can see why you might like them.
I don't know, man. Like, Madhouse is really good, but they're also like, I don't know.
Madhouse has never done anything wrong by their audience.
They did Overlord 3 times.
At no point has Madhouse ever gone, we don't do a second season, abandoned the #1 selling IP in the world to a shitty third-party studio, and then proceeded to take a mediocre isekai
To be
and
fair,
give it 2
JC
more
Staff,
seasons.
it's not even that bad of a studio. They made some decent stuff.
No, JC Staff is great. They just should not.
They just
They
had
were
no
just
time. They had no
short-staffed
time.
that day.
They had like less than a year to make that thing.
Well, they failed. And they made Genos look like a Crow-Mass El Camino.
I was confused by the filter. They really didn't have to put the filter on.
They put way too
They
many
made
filters on.
Genos look like bad CG, despite the fact that he was drawn. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, they could have just drawn. They didn't need to have to shade his arms. It would have looked better. I don't know. It was a very strange decision on their part.
Real quick, we really got to run through this because we're going to spend forever talking about this upcoming season. Given 4 episodes too long, still good, pretty decent show tonight.
Oh yeah, we gotta wrap up our shows, don't we?
Yeah.
Frog,
Given,
I really think you should watch it.
You've been mentioning this about for
Nah,
how many,
actually,
like
I
5
don't-
weeks.
No, actually, I don't think you should watch it. It's done. Like it was.
I mean,
it's not Sarah's on my like it.
Well,
Things
no,
that are
like
done
It's
can
just
still be talked about.
the performance from the song on episode 8, like the animation's
You mean
not
episode
great. but
9?
It's not. It's episode 8, isn't it?
It's 9.
Okay. Yeah, because it's 11 episode series. Okay.
Yeah, it's
But
not. It was.
That I cried.
You're dumb.
I Moth, I would skin you alive if I didn't think you'd receive gratification from the act.
Look, all that I got out of this is the drummer is happy, and that's all I needed, and it was just mediocre.
Frog, you should watch it. It's good
Frog,
stuff.
don't watch it.
Speaking of romance things, you
Just
didn't watch that movie, did you,
Sarah's
Moth?
on my- What movie?
The one we were supposed to watch like weeks ago.
I
No, I
want
watched
to eat
Steven
your
Universe.
pancreas. He's talking about I want to eat your pancreas.
That doesn't sound romantic. That sounds like cannibalism.
That's what a lot of people think going into it, but it's
No, I mean the
I
title
was-
is literally "I want to eat your pancreas." It's
I mean, it
not
wasn't
like
even
the
necessarily
other-
a romance. It was.
It's not like other romantic movies, like The Silent Voice, where you knew a girl was mute. Like
It was
made clear in the
romantic,
title.
but it wasn't. I wouldn't call it
I
a
want
romance.
to
It was weird.
Okay, I want to ink your pancreas. Like the title is based.
Is this
off
now a
of-
Splatoon parody?
He said ink. He said, yeah. I don't know if you heard yourself there.
I never hear myself because it gets drowned out by the voices in my head that you guys create.
Woo.
All right. So I want to eat your pancreas.
Yeah, let's talk
term-
about this. I don't care if you haven't watched it yet. Let's just talk about it. So yeah, you do it. Yeah.
So, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is a show about a really closed-off kid, a boy in high school, who meets a manic pixie dream girl, if you're familiar with that. And I hate that, trope, but it's... she's the way she is for pretty decent reason. And basically, it's revealed in the very beginning of the movie that she has a pancreatic disease that's basically hinted at being cancer, and she is terminally ill and she will pass away. And this is at the very beginning of the movie. And the whole movie,
you know what? It's The Fault in Our Stars.
No. Because The Fault in Our Stars is about two obnoxious kids with cancer.
No. Only she has cancer. He's fine.
Oh, was he pretending? Because I remember them.
Yeah,
both
no, he
cancer.
was pretending to have cancer to clap that crippled puss.
I mean, more power to the man.
He's like, I never have to pull out because she'll die before she comes to term.
So basically, the whole idea of the movie is that she has.
You can't just pass that. No, hang on. You can't just ignore that existence.
I didn't hear it until I started talking again, and then it registered my brain.
Yeah, no, it takes you a second to hit you.
Oh, shit, fuck, man.
Holy crap.
Either she's gonna die before the baby comes out, or
You're
the
shocked
baby's
by your
gonna
own
come out
statement,
with radiation powers.
Yeah, I can't believe I went that dark. Jeez,
Moth is unsheathed. The weapon that is his tongue is just flying everywhere.
Moth's gonna start going on these boomer reactionary podcasts. We just say what everyone else is afraid to say. Yeah,
it's the water and the frogs.
Yeah.
Always water your frogs, everybody.
Always.
Anyway, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. So, this girl, she has this pancreatic cancer, basically, and no one knows except for her family and this one guy. And the only reason he knows is because he found her, basically, death journal that she writes in, and he started reading it while they're at the hospital.
I thought you were going to say something like he just finds her puking in a subway car somewhere.
And the way he reacts to learning about this, though, is the opposite of how she expects. So she starts hanging out with him because hanging out with him feels more normal than pretending to be normal around other people. And they get to know each other, and they both affect each other's personality. And it just goes from there. And the movie opens with, this is this girl. This is her funeral. Let's go back a few months.
Wait. That's stupid.
No, it's
no.
No, it's not.
No. That's the same thing as Big Fish. I
felt the same way about that part when I started the movie, and I was like, well, it kind of spoiled it. But no, I mean, it does a decent job of kind of turning around, wouldn't you?
No, that would be like if
it's because it's not about the surprise of it happening. It's about the journey towards it that is the point of the movie.
Yeah.
No,
whether or not you enjoy that point is a different scenario, but it was effective.
And even the her death is it's not what you expect.
Yeah, that's also true. It does kind of leap on you a little bit.
Did she die during childbirth?
Yeah, exactly. She died during childbirth. She got knocked up by the main character, and then 9 months later she dies, not because of her colon cancer or whatever the fuck. She
no, it's not the pancreatic cancer that gets her. It's like liver cancer or something.
It's a different kind of cancer. That's the twist. No.
So I want to know what you thought, because you said you hate me, and I don't know if it's because you hate this or because it made you feel.
I hate you because I hate that I like it a lot.
Yeah, I did it.
I don't actually hate that I like it a lot. I just hate you because I don't like you, and you should go away. But at the same time, I don't know how to process. I don't know, because I don't watch a lot of stuff like this, so maybe a part of it is lack of exposure to the kind of scenarios involved in it. I don't know. It's
See, I watch movies like I Want to Eat Your Pancreas because I am very neuroatypical. I'm high functioning autistic, but guarantee you I am autistic. I have trouble experiencing genuine emotion, and I experienced that emotion through dramatic takes on it, and something like this is the exact kind of thing that gets me. I cry really easily because I not because I feel things, but because I experience them through others and through the media I watch, and I totally understand you. Like it's part of the reason I watch stuff like this. I love the way it grabs hold of you and makes you feel for the characters, and it's not like Your Name, which a lot of people love. Your Name, that movie is so overrated.
You can shut. Oh, actually, yeah, Your Name is not nearly as good as A Silent Voice.
Yeah, thank you.
You were so ready to jump on. I'm like, wait, I have to remember what my opinion is.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's overrated.
This was the one that I don't care about. Yeah.
Like Silent Voices, I've seen that movie. That movie is like I think 2 hours or 2.5 hours. I've seen that movie 3 times, and I love it every single time. Your Name, I'm never gonna watch again because it is basic emotion tier of this like anime can make you feel things thing.
I've heard good things about both of those things, like, but I never watched them because I never was interested in them. I don't know.
I would 100%. You should, Frog. You should definitely watch A Silent Voice. Like that movie is amazing.
Maybe, I don't know. Perhaps.
And you know what? If you want some more stuff like this, you know what? Maybe we could get together sometime and watch one of my actual favorite movies, Machia, which I've talked about. I don't know if I've maybe talked about it once or twice on the podcast, but I know I talked about it a lot on Discord. And that movie is just one of my absolute favorites, and no one's seen it. It's very low key.
Never heard of it.
It's by the same scriptwriter who did the Toradora anime.
Oh yeah, I actually started watching Toradora with a friend, and we didn't finish it. We only got like 4 episodes in or something like that, but it was decent. I've heard it's very good, so it's like one of those things I haven't seen that everyone has.
I love Toradora because it starts as like this kind of goofy slice of life comedy and then becomes like a genuine romantic drama, and it's like very seamless. Like I've seen that show a few times, and I don't rewatch stuff. Very good.
I was gonna say it felt like pretty much a goofy comedy all the way through. Like at no point did I ever felt it was too heavy.
Well, it probably keeps its comedic elements to it, but
yeah. It doesn't get, when I say it switches to like romantic drama, I don't mean it turns into melodrama. Like it's still fairly grounded. But like, yeah, it maintains the comedic elements to it. But like the last few episodes, they're not as comedic. They're more like personal, like drama. Like there's really great character moments in it. But yeah, like that, I really recommend I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I am genuinely so happy that Frog enjoyed it because I've been living in existential fear for the last like month waiting on him to tell me how he feels.
And I'm actually really glad that I didn't watch it because it's serious and dumb.
No, it's not like it's not you might like if you like A Silent Voice, you'll probably like it.
Here's the thing, right?
I like The Silent Voice because they ended up together. Like that's all there is to it. Like
you were saying earlier, like how like you cry very easily, right? I'm like kind of the opposite. Yeah. I don't cry very easily at all. I'm not a very. I am a very emotional person, but not a very outwardly emotional person in that sense, I guess. I'll cry a lot from like real things, but I won't cry from like a lot of, I guess, fiction. It doesn't really get to me as often. Mm-hmm. I cry from like Gurren Lagann because it's amazing.
I think I literally stand up before I'm about to cry.
I don't know, but something about that movie had me like wrapped up in a blanket, bawling my eyes out by the end of the movie, and I was like it wasn't even for like the end of the movie. It was like after the first half or so, after the fireworks scene. Basically, I wouldn't stop. Essentially,
why is it that every drama has to have a fireworks scene?
It was a very good fireworks scene, though.
Like I just realized that they all have fireworks scenes. Like, holy
crap!
They're
usually like the best scene in the movies too.
That is true.
I mean. Okay. I'm actually
I think
glad
the scene in the movie was like the end where
he's
with his mom. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who might want to watch it because I think people should watch it if they're interested in this kind of stuff.
Oh man, the ending.
I'm not trying to invalidate you guys, but like I'm so glad I didn't watch this. Like holy cow.
So Frog, I just want to ask you, like, I have 2 criticisms. One is that the animation is like pretty inconsistent.
Really, you find so? I thought it was really good. I mean, it wasn't like amazing throughout, but like a lot of it was really good.
Oh yeah, the good parts.
People
are
don't
good,
appreciate
but,
like subtle animation enough, and that movie was full of it.
But the other thing that like I really, it's so cheesy at the end when they reveal the reveal, and I won't say what it is, but it's so dumb and
I might
cheesy.
forget what that is. It's been a little bit.
It's when they. You remember how they don't say a character's name the entire movie?
Oh yeah. Oh that I remember. Okay, yeah.
It was so dumb and cheesy.
That is a little.
It was
that's
actually
fine.
your long lost sister.
No, nothing like that. It was fine.
No,
I thought it was funny. Not funny, but like it was fun.
He was laughing. He was laugh crying.
Yeah.
Moth, I would. If you
Nope.
like a silent voice, you'll probably like it.
No, just not. No.
Okay, so this means that we have to find some time and sit down, and we'll watch that, and then right afterwards we'll all.
I would
watch
not
Mafia.
watch that with any of you. That's a movie you have to sit down and cry to alone.
You know what, and that's just not something I feel like doing. I already like work in an environment where people die around me all the time. So like, let's no.
Speaking of die all around me all the time, have you guys heard the story of the wise Darth Plagueis?
All right, let's go. All right, you brought this to my attention.
Oh,
as
is this the
why-
Star Wars thing?
Like, you said that Vor has ruined Star Wars, and if we're not going to talk about Boba Fett, like, climbing out of that freaking...
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, Sarlacc pit, thank you. Like, I don't know if I want to hear it.
So
I don't even like Star Wars that much.
So they have completely retconned. They recently, like as of today, announced that the Star Wars Empire was not actually the result of Emperor Palpatine, like conniving and rising to power, but was in fact the work of Imperial Minister Petina Vor. An obscure character from one of the comic books that no one knows and no one cares about. And Star Wars continues to be the most what the fuck are they doing thing that's ever existed.
But here's the thing. I didn't actually realize how much of a Star Wars fan I was until Disney took over. Like, that's how bad it is. I did not realize how much I actually like loved Star Wars. And so, like, you have the Thrawn trilogy, which was technically, in my opinion, the perfect sequel to episodes 4, 5, and 6 is the Thrawn trilogy. And I get it, they didn't want to give the fans something predictable, blah, 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 blah. But, like, oh, man, the more Disney sinks their fangs into Star Wars, the more I'm like, at this point, I'll just take the book where Leia has to fight a Sith Lord slug. Like, What were the people, like, I don't know why I'm forgetting all my Star Wars lore. Jabba. Well, she has to fight a Sith Lord Hutt. Like, I would rather have that than, what Disney did. I would rather have Luke Skywalker trying to have sex with a spaceship that has a Jedi spirit trapped inside of it than what I deal with now.
I don't, I don't even hate the new Star Wars, but man, it's so... Did y'all also see that Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, aka just a horrible human being, is heavily hinting at
oh no, you're gonna get canceled, bro.
Star Wars.
No.
Wait, what is she doing?
She's heavily hinting that she is going to end up being a character in the new Star Wars movie. She even put a robe on and got a lightsaber and was like, "So there's rumors going around, huh?" and posted it on Twitter, and I cringed outside of my own bones. Ugh.
I already know what you guys. Like I said, normally under most circumstances, I would have shut this entire conversation down a long time ago. But I just don't got the energy today. Brie Larson, in my opinion, does not actually believe in half of the stuff she says. I think that all the drama that stirred up over the Captain Marvel movie, which was a subpar movie that really only sold as well as it did because of all the drama they stirred up beforehand, is the reason that movie did anything. Like,
we really got to get this conspiracy theory podcast going.
Yeah, I'm going to get that conspiracy theory podcast going because this is retarded. I actually think that she doesn't believe any of this. I truly believe that she's just at the point now where she's like, making incels angry makes me money. Like, that's actually where I am with this right now.
I think it's like 50-50 that and that she believes some of it.
She doesn't believe it. She absolutely
boomer.
does not believe anything.
She has no beliefs whatsoever.
No,
she is an
no.
empty husk for the hive mind.
She just wants money.
I just think I've been following Brie Larson since she played one of my favorite characters in Scott Pilgrim, and I don't mean her playing the Envy
Wait.
Adams in Scott Pilgrim.
Wait,
she played Envy
that
Adams.
was her?
Yeah.
Weird. I didn't even recognize her.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Because, I mean, this is like 2010, so like it's been a while.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
I didn't like her portrayal of Envy Adams because Envy Adams in the comics is a lot more like nuanced. Like she's not as shitty of a human being. I mean, she's still a shitty human being, but not that bad. And then like in the movie, she's just a cunt. And then I started following from there, and she's always been kind of awful. And it's just gotten worse now that there's a limelight on her. It's
yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to continue to go with the fact that she just realized that shitting on the incels makes her money.
I mean, shitting on incels is just fun to do. Let's be honest here. There was someone on.
That's not wrong.
I won't go into it. There was someone on Twitter that I got a chuckle out of earlier.
But yeah, so that's I don't even know how. Whatever. Let's talk about next season because I am legitimately depressed in next season. I don't know if we've talked about this enough, but I hate isekais. I think isekais are dumb and stupid, and isekais are a terrible genre. But the anime that I am most excited for is an isekai this season.
I know
Who'da
which one
thunk
you're
it?
talking about.
I don't know what you're
It
talking
is Kimono Michi Rise Up.
about. Gamers.
It is about a professional wrestler who opens up a pet shop in another world.
Oh, no, I did see this one, yeah.
Yep, that's
I'm pretty excited for this.
Looks kind of goofy.
if it gets past the gags from the first 3 episodes, great. That's great. And then High Score Girl Season 2. I didn't think I would like that one as much as I did, but I do. And I think the reason I liked High Score Girl is because the main character was completely garbage. Like, absolute trash. But he started to develop into a character who was like, maybe one day this boy will grow up and become a productive member of society. And I actually was like able to go, okay, yeah, you know what, I can handle this.
Huh.
So I just want to know, Frog. I think there's like 2 shows coming for next season that look any kind of good. So I just want to know what you're actually into.
I'm watching 3 shows, and maybe 2 more.
Well,
It's like
wait,
3 and then
wait.
2 that I might watch. It's kind of the deal.
Are you the guys who are? I don't remember because we have the other Discords we're in. Are you guys the ones that like won't get off Beastars dick?
I've never seen Beastars. I just want to see it. That's all.
I mean,
I
yeah,
haven't read it. I just want to see
looks-
it.
It looks interesting, but we got like we're in a Discord, and I won't name the Discord, but we got people in the Discord.
Hold
that
up, guys. Hold up. Sorry, I gotta knock at the door. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so Beastars.
Yeah. So, anybody else is just, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's not you guys, but we're in a Discord where like, there's about 4 people who have been so over Beastars that it's that thing. It's that Rick and Morty syndrome where I actually don't want to see it now.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So Beastars, it looks good. It looks like it has very complex and interesting characters. It's character drama. It's a furry paradise, so we'll see where that goes.
It's also animated by Studio Orange, and they did Land of the Lustrous, and I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, really? Ah.
I don't know what you have against the visuals. They're actually really good.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are. You
No,
weenie head.
it's just CGI Steven Universe.
Except better
like
and
that.
more consistent than Steven Universe.
Oh, they also did the. Oh, okay, yeah. I went ahead and like looked at what they have under their name because I was kind of curious about it. I'm pretty sure they got the weird shoot off of Shingeki no Bahamut that sucked. So like, I really hate them.
Oh man, and they also did Dimension W, and that's a pretty good show.
I don't think I ever watched it because I was bored.
Oh man, they did some cool stuff, but their only like amazing thing was the Land of the Lustrous. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to Beasters.
You say Beasters like it's a team or something. Like we're the Beasters, like it's Kokusatsu.
It's Beastars. Now,
whatever. I'm looking forward to the rabbit getting fucked by a wolf.
I mean, that was show. I thought that was basically I was gonna say, isn't that Zootopia?
This is America.
Don't get me sleeping now. But yeah, just to remind everybody, Cygames is actually the best animation studio.
I think you mean Arxis.
No, Cygames.
This is false.
Wait, Cygames is a producer.
Cygames is the people who make the Grand Blue Fantasy video game on mobile telephones.
Anyway, so now let's talk about anime that I think is one of the ones Frog's looking forward to, and I think is going to be terrible.
Which one?
Psycho Pass 3.
I actually completely ignored that one. It's a sequel.
I've never seen Psycho Pass. Why do you think I would be into this?
Because I thought you said something about it on Discord a while back.
Someone asked about it, and I said season 3's coming out. That's all.
Actually, if we're gonna talk about some, let's alienate some audience members here.
That's my favorite thing.
Rifle is beautiful. Look, I know way too many commandos who are just gonna lose their absolute mind over this anime. Like
/ some K-tards.
Just some the type guys who unironically post Boogaloo memes on their Facebook, and you're just like, oh boy.
So I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Rifle
it's like
is beautiful.
Some girl. It's like what's a mobile game? It's a gacha game, but just the guns that are girls.
Girls Frontlines, which is actually one of my favorite mobile games I ever played.
Well, Studio 3 Hertz is doing it, and I think they've done some other good stuff.
Nah, here's the plot. It's a bunch of girls do a rifle shooting club in high school.
I'm gonna watch this. Studio 3 Hertz is doing it, and they did Flip Flappers, and that's one of my favorite anime.
The hell is Flip Flappers?
It's
one of my favorite anime.
It's an anime about girls who flip, and they flap, and they never go back.
It's about two girls, and they experience what it's like to have fun in an alternate world. And there's animation is so amazingly beautiful that it's fucking dropped.
It's one of those weird shows that just like never gets seen, but is really good. It's one of those.
Then there's actually, weirdly enough, 2 cooking animes this season.
Wow.
Shin Chuka Ichiban, which looks really, really good. And that's basically what was that? Toriko? Which one is the one where the guy's like running around trying to kill pigs for food?
Toriko is like the shonen eat food thing.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like Toriko meets Shokugoku. It looks like Food Wars meets Toriko. Speaking of which, Food Wars is getting a 4th season.
Yay!
Now,
like Food Wars.
Food Wars is very interesting because the anime steadily went from like a borderline hentai to a legitimate shonen.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I like it all right, but I never went back.
I didn't finish it either, but I liked what I saw. It was fun.
Yeah, it's
that's all I asked for is fun.
Yeah. So it's, in my opinion, it looks really, really good. Yeah, so I'm excited for the 4th season of that. I think the last one on the list, unless I'm wrong here, No Guns Life. Show about a guy whose face is a revolver. The end.
Wait, so we're not going to talk about Sword Art Online? It's like the best anime for next season.
I will destroy you.
No Guns Life. I can't wait for there to be a version of that story that doesn't look like ass.
I'm excited for it. It looks terrible. Let's do this.
The manga looks good. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So the manga, I've went off on this before, and it's triggered one of our friends so bad that I've stopped talking about No Guns Life.
Screw it. Trigger him.
There's really weird inconsistencies with some of the things they choose to do. For example, there's like a shot where the main character is standing on some train tracks, and there are speed lines in the background, and it's all blurry, but he's not blurry, and it's like implying that he's moving despite the fact that he's moving. It's not like there's a train coming at them. It's very weird. And there's a ton of inconsistencies like that. Like, the actual character designs and art like that, good. But, like, the backgrounds and stuff are so weird and sloppy. That's why I'm really looking forward to this anime adaptation.
Madhouse.
Because Madhouse is doing it.
Madhouse? Okay, then I
Yeah.
guess I got to give it a chance.
I was going to give it a chance anyway, because I've just heard a lot of good things about it. Mostly from that one friend we're talking about specifically. But, who was, we're not known to agree very much on things either way, but it looks like my kind of thing either way.
I can tell both of y'all, like, the story is actually interesting and unique. It's just, I had so much problems trying to read the manga that I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fair. I don't think anyone's going to fault you for that one.
Except for can't get over it.
I thought we were going to name names.
I thought we agreed. I thought we agreed not to name names. Yeah.
I'll censor that in the same way I did with the other friend.
Fair enough.
Wait, with the duck sound?
Correct.
No, with a goose sound. Because Untitled Goose Game is my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
Listen. Here's the thing. It frustrates me a little bit because, like, listen, I'm all for the fun little new, like, novelty game that comes out every once in a while. People, like, going off and touting it like it's some kind of masterpiece is just kind of bothering me.
Oh,
I don't think
it is
anyone's doing
absolutely Reddit the video game. Like,
yeah, right. Like,
it's got
like,
no
listen,
substantial.
it's charming, it's fine, but like, don't like, I don't know. People going around like, Goose Game is the game of the year. Like, fuck off. You're not actually.
I think
No.
people are only doing that because it's a meme game. That's what it is.
I know.
It's fun. It's a really cool game.
I know it's a good game, but like, I don't know. It's not like gonna change people's fucking perspective on the. I don't know.
You're just salty that it's taking eyes off of Doom.
No, it's not.
I think it's.
And also, why would I care? I just want to play Doom. I don't care who likes it.
No, it's just Reddit the game. I mean, it's not going to, like, after a few weeks, I don't think it's going to be nominated for any awards, and if it is, it's going to be a token nomination. It's not going to win anything. I don't think it's anything like. I don't think it's anything really outstanding. It's a crappy little meme game that's going to sell way too much because it's a meme game.
It's at least it's good. It does what it does pretty well.
Okay, all right.
all.
All right. It's as much as I hate to admit it, like, as dumb as it is, Five Nights at Freddy's at least brought something new to the table. Like, I know that sounds absolutely terrible, but it did.
It did.
I don't think jump scares are new.
No, I mean,
No,
like, the
it's
concept
not
of,
new,
like,
but,
being,
like-
like, this kind of camera operator. That's a neat idea.
But, like, who was not afraid of animatronics as a kid? Like, really?
Yeah, it
I'm
kind of
still
start the
afraid of
trend
animatronics.
of, like, animatronics kind of horror as of...
Yeah,
lately.
like, it's at the end of the day, it really revolutionized, like, because everybody had it. Like, everybody had the fear of animatronics, but nobody acted on it. So I give them credit for doing what he did.
I don't know. I mean, I don't hate Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just
it's got
You
a
hate the
PC
fact
game
that
that came out
12-year-olds love it.
before I had a PC.
fandom kind of thing going on with it. It's odd.
It's got the Rick and Morty fandom. Like, that's all.
Not
it is.
even that. It's just like, how do I describe it?
It has the low IQ Rick and Morty fandom.
That's the entire Rick and Morty fandom.
This is true.
It's pseudo-intellectuals who think they're smart because they catch a high school reference about nihilism.
Well,
So,
By the way, I actually enjoy stuff.
Hey, I'm the one who hates things around here. You're not allowed to.
no, we all hate anime around these parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not I hate it. There's no I in team. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I did it right.
Yeah. There's
Anyway,
no I in
There's no
introvert.
there's no I, and we hate anime, guys.
Before we, wrap things up and get out of here, and before even we move on to our last little thing that we always do.
I thought this was our last little. Oh yeah, the questions.
Yeah. I just want to mention, on the topic of hating anime, if you are, because we talked about Psycho-Pass, and I didn't get to say this, if you are someone who is excited for Psycho-Pass Season 3, I want to remind you that Gen Urobuchi is not writing it. He only wrote Season 1.
I thought he was.
Nope. And
Isn't he
Season 2
backers
was
of
awful.
This one?
So don't get your hopes up for Season 3, because it's not Urobuchi. And if it's not Urobuchi, it ain't shit. Anyway, So questions, comments, and concerns.
I never
First
seen.
thing.
I have a question actually,
Yeah, go ahead.
because like Psychopaths, people love the first season and hate the second season. Is the second season that bad, or is it just compared to the first?
It's the problem with the second season is that it's a complete and total rehash of the first season, but not done as well. So it's like watching the same show, but the story beats are not as strong.
Understandable.
And the movie is just kind of okay.
Right.
I would totally recommend, though, watching the first season, because the first season is really self-contained. You can just watch it and get all you need.
Cool.
So, we have one question.
Okay.
And,
Did we get one?
Yeah. You forgot about it, because it came in, like, the day the last podcast went up. So the one question we have, we also have something else. Well, I guess we'll start there. Our buddy Kat, she had a suggestion for us, and I want to know if you guys bothered to do it.
Shit! I completely forgot. Now I remember.
Kat asked us. She had a suggestion that we all watch a show called Blazing Transfer Students. It's a live action show. And did either of you get a chance to check it out?
She keeps harassing me.
I'll be honest with you,
watch
not
it.
to be like mean to her, but I kind of make a point not to watch live action.
That's fair. 2D girls are superior, so I do
No,
understand.
like I literally, if it's like foreign live action, I just don't watch it.
So did you watch any of it at Frog? Am I the only person that watched some?
I mean, me and Kat are like friends, and we like talk a lot. And she keeps trying to watch it with me, and I haven't just done it yet. I feel bad now because I forgot she actually asked the question about it. Now I feel extra bad.
I only watched the first episode, but I had someone else summarize what basically the whole plot is.
The problem is she keeps selling it to me as like bad for the sake of being bad, and that's not a good way to sell me on something.
No, like it's
like a live action shonen anime mixed with a little bit of Totally Spies.
Yeah, but Totally Spies at least had that like borderline weird I learn a new fetish every day thing.
Moth, you need to understand, these boys' leader is a giant anime mannequin. There's plenty of fetish in there.
Okay, all right.
It's fun. It actually is pretty fun. I don't have, because I'm really not feeling shonen these days, and it feels very shonen. That it opens with all the characters fighting in a ring, and
Okay.
I mean, it has some good stuff, but like it's not for me. I'm sorry, Kat. Frog, you'll probably not hate it because you're really good at turning your brain off.
What?
What's
that supposed to? Oh, it's because I like Dr. Stone.
No, it's because you.
Because I like Dragon Ball Super Broly.
No, I mean you have. I do not have the ability to just turn my brain off and enjoy something. I have to think about it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I really turn my brain off for anything in particular.
I mean, it's just like a catch-all term for just being able to enjoy things.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like that. Cause I don't like. I don't know. That term always bothered me because, like, first of all, other than it being impossible
and there's like a
and me
negative
being like
connotation to it,
loser.
that's fair.
I don't know because people like saying like, "I'll just turn your brain off to a show." I can't. I don't like that excuse for like a show either, though. I don't know.
I don't either, but in this context, I just mean that you have the ability to just like go with the flow and enjoy something. I can with some things. Like I watch fucking Kamen Rider. It's a kids show, so I can do that, but I don't do that very often.
Okay.
Yeah. So the actual question though we have is from Medevac, who's coming in hot with these questions because he's got some good ones. And he wants to know what our top 3 personal favorite OP songs of any anime.
Oh, this is hard.
This here. The question is OP song. So take the animation out of the OP.
It's got to be the intro song, yeah.
Okay, intro song, that's also tough because I could pick my favorite openings just based on their actual full openings pretty easily. It'd be like Mob Psycho 2
all I got to do
1.
is pull up my all I got to do is pull up my workout playlist here and I got an answer.
I mean, my playlist is full of anime openings though, so it's hard.
No, like let's see here. Hero, the actual OP for One Punch Man Season 1.
Great.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Got a couple of good ones here.
I almost want to say like any of the Attack on Titan openings that aren't the 4th.
Honestly, Amelie's cover of A Cruel Angel's Thesis, not just A Cruel Angel's Thesis itself.
I do like English covers of anime openings. I don't know why, they're cathartic to me.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good. There's actually a couple of others. Honestly, the intro to How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift has been really good this season to me.
Yeah, it's a good opening song. I liked it. I listened to that a lot back when I was working at the campground. That was fun.
Well, I listen to it all the time. So yeah, it's been pretty good for me.
Let's see. I think.
So, go ahead, Moth. Or Frog, if you've come up with
I'm
one.
trying. I want to say honestly, like my music tastes are very. What's the term? They move around a lot. I guess eclectic. Sure, let's go with that. I don't even know what that means.
So like acoustic.
Yeah, acoustic.
No, eclectic basically means having a broad interest.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty appropriate then. I don't really have any specific genres. I like some genres more than others, and I get into them in moods, but I also don't. I also shift around very much, and you know what I mean. It's hard to kind of stay in one spot. So to say
I have my three, and they're not in any order because it would not be fair to order them.
Okay.
Number one is the first opening to Bleach.
How's that one go again?
I don't know.
I know most of them.
Actually, I've never watched Bleach, so I got no idea on this.
I know,
one.
like the that's a sixth one, I think.
I know the words to that one. That's also one I really like. That one is Alone's by Aqua Time. I don't remember the name to the Bleach 1 opening, but it's just Japanese rap, and it has a really good beat to it, and it's just a really good song. I've listened to that just every now and again. I'll be like, I want to listen to the Bleach openings, and I'll start listening to a whole playlist of all of them, and I'll just repeat the first one over and over because it's so catchy and good. The second one is Trip 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 by Orisama, which was the OP for Magical Circle Guru Guru, and that one is just that opening is amazing. It plays with video game because it's Magical Circle Guru Guru is a very video. It's just references old RPGs, and it's a comedy. It's really good. In this song, the artist that they went with, Orisama, this song got me into the band because they're amazing. They're really electric. And I would even say that they're they almost have a chiptune element to it, which is a genre that has completely died at this point.
That's not
but
true.
They,
it's underground, but it's still going
around.
strong. No, chiptune's still going. I can't go upstairs and see my wife stream without 20 different chiptune songs going at any given point.
Yeah, they're not incredibly popular, but they're still around for sure. Yeah,
yeah, if there is a popular song, there's going to be 3 chiptune covers of it.
Oh,
so yeah. Even Undertale, the most chiptune game, has chiptune covers. And then you're gonna chiptune it again. It's gonna.
Can you call video game music chiptune? Because at that point it's just video game music.
No.
Well, no, because some music doesn't have to chiptune anymore necessarily.
We got the 16-bit budget.
Nowadays we have full orchestras for games and shit, so it doesn't really apply anymore.
Yeah,
but regardless, Trip 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 is an amazing opening. Just the song itself. The full version of the song is really great. The third one is actually the English opening to Yu Yu Hakusho because I just love that dumb song so much.
Actually, the fourth OP for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think, was the one that got me good.
You just reminded me of Dragon Soul and my body filled with righteous energy.
I don't know what that is, but I'm offended.
It's the English opening for Dragon Ball Kai. It's actually sick.
There's
also a Japanese version which is also sick, but it's the one that's don't stop, we're in luck. You know that one?
Yeah,
that's a really great song.
I love
that's
that
the one that Nate Wants to Battle did.
He does a bunch of good covers. Yeah, I like his covers.
I love his cover of that Pearl song from Steven Universe.
He did one recently of the Fire Force one, but I didn't like as much as the original.
Well, that's because the original actually slams really.
The original's so
the anime
good.
Is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frog, did you think of 3 examples?
I'm having trouble because I like I said, not only do I keep finding new cool anime songs to like, but I also have. I have a playlist. I don't think I've shared this on the podcast before, but I have a huge playlist that's just called favorites, but it's just full of mostly anime at this point. So it's kind of hard
Fair
to
enough.
kind of just my favorites playlist. But if I had to pick, like, based on maybe like emotional value, maybe I would pick something like, I don't know, I guess the Gurren opening. It's because it's obvious, sure, but like, come on.
That's just a given. Everybody loves that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that opening is just. It was probably done before, but that was the opening that just made putting the opening in the hype moments the thing that anime has to do now.
Yeah, that's actually true. It definitely, if it didn't pioneer anything else, it definitely pioneered waifus, but it pioneered that for sure.
It pioneered 14-year-olds with massive racks.
Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm all about. Don't call the cops on me. It's fine. I'm 14.
No, that's reason to call the cops right there.
It's fine. I'm 14 too. Probably.
If she's 14, I'm 14.
Nope.
Precisely.
All right. This is the We Hate Anime podcast. Wanted to talk about this. I now officially, just because apparently my cosplays were so popular, I now have a Twitter.
Because my dick is so big.
So
big.
girthy.
It's Der Mothman. That's the German word for the, because every other
that's
variant
what
of the
that
Mothman was taken. Yeah. It's DER Mothman. There's nothing on it, and it's going to take a lot of motivation for me to do anything with it.
I'm gonna like start just harassing you with pictures of like Meat Clown.
Oh, it's Meat Clown is a dead meme at this
All
point.
right,
Stop it.
I
don't
had
even
a Twitter.
I've been harassing
Moth-
Mike with
Moth
pictures
has a
of
Twitter.
Doge Brian for the past like 3 months.
I hate you so much for Doge Brian. I hate you
Doge
so
Brian's
much.
my favorite image. I have a whole server. No one's in it, but like, well, a couple people are in it. But like, it's just a Doge Brian, and I post a picture of Doge Brian every once in a while, and everyone's forced to say, "Good picture."
I hate you so
I just the
much.
fact that you.
If you want to join my server, please come and join my Twitter and DM me. I'll give it to you.
All right.
You make me want to kill my life.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
invite Mike
actually-
to it if I reach 100 likes on my new tweet. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
I'm at Annie Mikeru on Twitter. Stay tuned to the YouTube for not only this episode, but also, I mean, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, I mean, fuck it, you're already here. Stay tuned for a possible spooktacular little Halloween video I'm gonna make.
Ooh,
That's
spooky.
interesting.
And
That was
Frog.
That was the big 10-0 right there.
Do you want to? Yeah, this is number 10, by the way, guys. Episode
Double
10.
digis.
The other anime podcast called We Hate Anime, they only made it to episode 10. We have almost absorbed their power.
You're
I
officially.
actually thought they made it to episode 13, didn't they?
Fuck!
Did they? I have no idea.
I could have sworn they made it to episode 13.
I didn't actually look at it, but
We're the,
if that's
we're
the
ones
case,
who looked
then
at
for
it.
episode 13, we'll do something special.
I
mean, next
no,
week
episode
we're probably
14.
having like a special something happening anyway, right? Are we? We mentioned last week,
Yeah,
didn't we?
we're talking about having a special guest on.
Yeah, the first guest ever. Wow,
Yeah.
that's exciting. Actually, it's a good old friend of mine and our boys here.
Yep, he's going to give you a different mindset because he's not as hostile as the rest of us.
Are you kidding me?
As the rest of us. As the rest of us.
Implying the rest of us being like,
The three of us, yeah.
no chance. He's gonna kill us.
All right.
And
Well,
Frog is the Frog King, FOR0.
Yeah, good one.
KI1 in I don't know how to spell words.
Yeah,
I'm dyslexic.
you can just type in any boy band name and my Twitter will come up. Basically, no.
Type in BTS and you're gonna see just a frog standing for Luna.
No. Yeah, you can get my Twitter at FR0GK1NG. My Twitch is also there, but I haven't Twitch streamed in like, what must be like a month and a half, so.
He hasn't twatched in a while.
Yeah, I don't twatch very much. But I do it once in a
Anyway.
while, and you can check it out, and I'll read your donation of like 2 cents, and maybe you can make me cry.
That's not hard, you're a little bitch, piss baby.
It's pretty hard. I'm
Whoa.
kind of
This
a
coming from the
sick
guy
ass
who
kinda.
cried about a cannibalism anime?
Yeah.
And it made Frog cry too, so it would probably make you cry, baby.
Yeah, but I'm 14, so I don't know, man.
I told you, I just I stand up and leave if something I feel like is going to make me cry. Like,
That's the true weakness right there.
That is pretty weak. If you can't cry around your bros, who can you cry around?
I was with my wife.
That's even worse.
Now I'm just imagining like your wife is having like a Tinder moment with you, and she caresses your cheek.
Are you kidding me? There's nothing that can make my wife cry. So like,
No, I'm imagining like she's doing something to make like, and you're about to cry, and you're just like, well, I'm gotta go use the bathroom, and you just awkwardly stand up.
it's our firstborn child. Aren't you excited? And I just like get up and walk out and drive off. Like, just give her the bill.
Jesus. That's still...
And that's been the We Hate Anime podcast, the only podcast that drops babies because they love them too much.
Oh, no.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I hope you all have a great day, and try not to get... bye-bye.
Matter of fact, I'll try and answer your question better in like, the Discords, because I didn't have a very good answer here.
All right. Later, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.